Hi, everyone. This is Lawrence Watkins, and welcome to the Financial Juneteenth 5. These are my 5 favorite articles as it relates to Black finance, wealth, and business for today, October 16th, 2020. Let's go ahead and get started. Our lead story today comes from TMZ, of all places. So, TMZ reports that Chad Boseman died without a will, but he also made sure that his wife was protected. So it states, although Chadwick Boseman knew for years he had terminal cancer, we now know he died without writing a will, but he made a key move months before his death to financially protect his wife. The Black Panther star's widow, Taylor Simone Ledward, has filed probate docs obtained by TMZ in which she asked to be named as the administrator of Chadwick's estate. According to the docs, Taylor gets nearly $1 million in personal property and assets, but that's not a true reflection of Chadwick's wealth and success. Most likely, the majority of his assets are held in separate private trusts. So, this is interesting. I think this is a reminder in regards to estate planning and the importance of estate planning. So, I'm not exactly sure what Chadwick Boseman's estate plan was. Hopefully, he had multiple trusts set up, but it also, really goes to show the importance of things like wills, estate plans. Who's going to care for you in case of an emergency and those types of things as well. So much love and many blessings and out to Chadwick Boseman's family and many condolences out to them as well. But make sure that you get your wills and trusts in order. We have many classes in the Black Business School to help you with that as well. The second article today comes from the Grio. So it states Black owned bank OneUnited reaches milestone with 100,000 customers. So OneUnited, the largest Black-owned bank in the country, revealed it has reached a customer milestone of 100,000 customers across America. A press release cited recent efforts towards social justice activism supported by the bank as a reason for the swift growth in clientele. They came on the scene, even though they've been around for a really long time. They last came on the scene back in 2016. They saw a surge when Killer Mike empowered a national call to bank black in response to police brutality and racism. Now in 2020, of course, the same thing is happening right now with the aftermath of George Floyd. Later on, down here, we have a quote from Terry Williams, who is the president and COO of OneUnited. She states, our customer base continues to grow rapidly, and we have expanded access and now have over 100,000 locations to better meet their needs. Importantly, we're on our way to fulfilling Black America's long-held dream of organizing our spending power to create social and economic equality in our society. The article also talks about a partnership that One United created with a company called Green Dot. So, to keep up with its large customer base, One United agreed to a new partnership with Green Dot to deposit cash on the go in over 100,000 locations nationwide, like Walmart and CVS. One United also announced a new service coinciding with customer growth, and I believe it's called Cash to Your Card, a service that gives customer access to an additional 90,000 locations as well. So, congratulations to One United Bank. This is a well-deserved success. So, I cannot wait till they get 1 million customers across the country, which I'm sure is one of their upcoming goals as well. The next article was a heartbreaker in many ways, but it's not surprising. So, the article is from National Geographic. It states the fight to save 100 years of Black history in gentrifying Los Angeles. When a white media mogul bought a historic Black church, it was the ultimate sign of gentrification in Venice, California. Can the community save the building and preserve their neighborhood? So the article, really just details and outlines. It's centered around, I guess, this Black church in Venice, California, but it's talking about just gentrification in general. It opened up with a story about Pam Anderson. Just a normal day asking one of our friends, why she's sitting out in front of the church, and they said, "Don't you know we just, don't you know this church was, just sold?" So the church that they actually grew up with, which is First Baptist Church of Venice, was constructed in 1968 and was really a linchpin of the neighborhood. But this paragraph states, over the past 50 years, Oakwood, a historically black and Hispanic neighborhood founded by workers who dug the area's distinctive canals, has gradually become majority white. As Los Angeles grew larger and wealthier in the second half of the 20th century, residents migrated to beachside neighborhoods. By the early 2000s, Oakwood was a hot real estate market. Starbucks moved in, then Whole Foods. Older single family homes were knocked down and replaced with modern apartment buildings, what Anderson calls BU Bubs, big ugly boxes. Real estate got more expensive and more exclusive. Many families decided to sell. So it details, the journey that they went through. This is a quote from Naomi Nightingale, another longtime resident. We became a cheap buy for wealthy people who saw a shiny object between Santa Monica and Marina del Rey, and they could build their mansions on this little piece of land without regard for who was there, what had been built before they came, just because they wanted it. This next paragraph is interesting because it has parallels to what was going on in the city of Louisville. So at the same time, families of color were not, or excuse me, at the same time, families of color were also leaving the neighborhood because of gang injunctions the Los Angeles Police Department had placed on Oakwood. This often took the form of no knock searches, like the one that led to Breonna Taylor's death in Louisville, Kentucky, and restrictive sanctions on young men of color that prevented many from gathering with friends and family in public. The injunctions started in the 1980s and continued into the 2010s until a federal court ruled them unconstitutional in 2018. So once again, this shows the importance and the, I guess, depth of systemic racism in the United States as it relates to getting your land, getting housing, getting control of neighborhoods on prime property and prime land at whatever cost possible, whether it be the cost of human souls, financially. The financial cost is actually the least of the cost associated with, I guess, this gentrification process as well. But the article was very interesting. I think that you should definitely read it. The church, if you were curious, was sold to a guy by the name of Jay Pinsky. It sold for $6.3 million. He owns a company called Pinsky Media, and he's going to turn it into a private residence. But it also talks a little bit about the community trying to fight back to save the church through sit-ins. But you might save that one church, but you're never going to turn back the hands of time as it relates to the actual community as a whole. So read this article on nationalgeographic.com. The link is in the description. The next link is another link or article regarding real estate. This comes from Mortgage Professional America. So it states, oh, there we go. It states new MIT data finds Black Americans pay more to be homeowners. This article was just very interesting. My friend Sean Rochester wrote a book called The Black Tax, and he talks a lot about how just Black people are taxed when it comes to the home buying process and the home owning process as well. But the article opens up stating a recent study by MIT Sloan School has found that Black Americans are paying more to be homeowners, leading to a significant loss of retirement income and exacerbating the wealth gap between the country's white and Black populations. Here's a stat. So, citing data from the Urban Institute, the report's authors say that if the extra costs paid by African Americans were eliminated, the $130,000 wealth black white gap in liquid earnings at retirement would be cut in half. These inequities make it impossible for Black households to build housing wealth at the same time or at the same rate as white household. The report reads, a fair home ownership system must reform these inequitable federal, state, and local policies. And it talks just throughout the article about the different ways in which blacks are taxed more when it comes to the home buying process and the home owning process. So the first is high mortgage rates at origination. The report's authors found that overpricing for perceived risk factors, including lower credit scores and higher loan to value ratios, is a prime factor in the higher costs paid by Black homeowners. It talks a little bit about higher interest rates due to lack of refinance opportunities. Here was an interesting stat. The report's authors provide several possible reasons for the discrepancy, including a higher rejection rate of Black applicants. 2019 data shows that lenders rejected at least 6% of credit-worthy Black and Latinx refi applicants. From 2009 to 2015, between 740,000 and 1.3 million credit-worthy Black and Latinx applicants were rejected for refinances. And refinances is a process that actually helps to lower interest rates as well. But then there are things like higher mortgage insurance and property taxes. The study found that the average difference between what African Americans and whites pay in mortgage insurance is about $550 per year, which adds up to $23,000 in lost retirement savings. What else? So citing, oh, here we go. The report's authors found that Black homeowners pay 13% more in property taxes than whites whose properties lie in the same jurisdiction. And that's very interesting because usually those homes are valued for less. So you're paying more in property taxes for an asset that's actually worth less as well. And that was surprising to the authors of the report. The report offers certain recommendations in terms of what to do about this problem. So one thing was tax credits for first-time homeowners, which could be used as down payments. It also suggests creating a government-supported insurance program that would continue making a borrower's mortgage payments in the event of unemployment or disability. In the eyes of the study's authors, the change that would prove most beneficial is the end of risk based pricing, which disproportionately impacts Black and Brown borrowers, and a move towards risk pooling that would distribute risk evenly among a lender's borrowers. So check this article out in MPA Mag. So this is Mortgage Professionals of America. The link will be in the description for this as well. The last article today comes from The Root. So it states, "We the People. Converse's Marcus Garvey-inspired collab is a powerful provocation, to young Black men and women." So it's talking about, I guess, just a new collab. Oh, for some reason, my notes got lost for this article. So I'll just talk through it a little bit more. So this is just a collab, a new shoe that's coming out that's Marcus Garvey inspired. So here you see the shoes, and let me see. This is one of the paragraphs that I really wanted to highlight. So let's see here. There we go. So Converse went away again. So highlighter's not working for me today. That's okay. It states Converse sneakers have always been a vehicle for others to tell a story, reflect their personal identity. With the ability for a product to deliver meaning more important now than ever, Tremaine Emory, aka Denim Tears, presents a powerful provocation to young Black men and women through his latest collaboration. If the Chuck is a classic and iconic expression of American culture, how does its meaning transform when it reflects the Black experience and identity? So it goes through talking about his work and how he came up with the idea and how Marcus Garvey actually inspired the shoe. But if you're a shoe head and you're looking for something to add to your collection, definitely check out denimtears.com and converse.com on October 22nd. Or excuse me, yeah, October 22nd at denimtears.com, and the shoe will be globally available on October 29th on converse.com as well. So that's about it. So those are our my five most interesting articles for today. If you like this segment, please go ahead and comment and let us know what you think. This is a trial run for another month or so, and if you like it, we'll continue. If not, we'll go ahead and do something, try something different. Before you get out of here, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. On behalf of Financial Juneteenth, my name is Lawrence Watkins. Take care, be blessed, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.